Hey everybody, I'm Chris. Today I am back at Midwest Auto Collection and we're checking out a truly original 37,000 mile 1996 Buick Roadmaster estate wagon. Let's get up close, this thing's pretty remarkable. Now under the hood here and behind the collector's edition hood ornament is the 5.7 liter LT1 V8 engine. Now, I guess why is that LT1 nomenclature so important? The LT1 V8 was found in the Corvette, in the Z28 Camaro, in the Cadillac Fleetwood, and the Impala SS. In this tune, it's a little bit less than you get out of the Corvette. It's 260 horsepower, but I believe it's 325 foot-pounds of torque. This is routed to the 4-speed automatic that goes out to the rear wheels. Obviously a super stout driveline. Pairs very, very well to this car because it's kind of an effortless cruise. It makes so much power on the low end of the engine that you really don't have to try too hard to get this car moving. But until you dig all the way down to the bottom of that gas pedal, you might never know how much power it has. These things are burnout kings. I mean, they have that much torque, you really could rip the rear tires off this thing. But we won't do that today. We will take it for a ride, but let's walk around and get a little closer before we actually take this puppy back out on the road. So let's take a look down the side here. I just want to show you the passenger side. There's really not much to talk about. One thing I want to highlight in the positive nature of the condition is the condition of the laminate. This is actually just a laminated, basically a piece of vinyl that goes on the body to simulate the wood. But a lot of times they'll fade, they'll wear out, they'll crack. This has none of that. But being a 37,000 mile original, it's what you would expect. Truly extraordinary. I mean, there's a couple really, really minor imperfections, nothing I could really hit with the camera that would show up, but I mean, look at the lower part of the rockers, super clean. The one thing I do want to point out here is you do have almost like a divot or a dimple here in the top piece of the wood here, but again, that's all original. I just want to note here too, it does have a 15-inch alloy wheel that came from the factory. There are brand new tires on order, as I was informed this morning. So the car, we're going to still take it for a ride on the older tires, but they are sized a P225/75R15. But by the time this does go home to its new owner, it will have a brand new set of tires on it. So, and they will be correct white walls. Looking across the front, you can tell they didn't drive behind a lot of dump trucks because there's really not a whole bunch of imperfection. I mean, even the lip of the hood looks great. This is usually where you'll see a majority of the stone chips on anything that's aged. The plastic and rubber is perfectly well conditioned. Again, great example of this car. Just a quick peek down the driver's side. It really is excellent as well. Again, 15-inch wheels. The wood laminate on this is virtually excellent all the way down, but give these guys a slam. Just another indication of a super well built, super well cared for car. Quick look at the rear. There is one thing I just want to point out. There's just a little dimple here. Looks like maybe like a bumper screw, something along those lines. Just a little bit of wear and tear down here. That's really about it, because that really sums it up for all the imperfections on the exterior. But again, the laminate's great. The badges are exactly where they should have been, so they haven't been off from the factory. Rear wiper and that gorgeous Midwest Auto Collection plate frame. This is what I think is probably one of the cooler things on this design of a car. And they really haven't made anything since 1996 like this. But you basically got the rear hatch, which is nice. Easy access, so you don't have to open this door. But this is what's really cool. This is true GM engineering. The side swings out to access the third seat, which does fold flat into the floor if you don't want to use it. You can also slam it, and then it also folds down like a tailgate. So if you're a football fan or whatever fan, sit right down on this and hang out. But look at the inside of these rails here. I mean, this is just so clean. You can tell the car has not been altered, and that's the most important thing to me. Yeah, I'm almost 6 feet tall, and I could actually ride back here. It's kind of crazy, huh? I don't think anyone would ever accuse this car of being small. But this is essentially where I would sit up front here. So, once again, I could fit in all 3 rows of this car. You do have the Vista roof here. It's a fixed glass panel, but it is nice. Lets a lot of the light in. It's a good view. And it does have individual sunshades above you here that just clip right in above you. So it gives you a little shade when you don't want all that sun back here. But everything, I mean, look at the condition of this leather back here. It looks like nobody's ever even sat back here. All right, stepping in the driver's seat. I'm like almost afraid to step in here. It's that nice. Slide myself in real quick. And this is a throne. These seats are huge. They're comfortable. They're in excellent condition. They are power on both sides. The power seat switches are actually on the driver's door here, which you do have 8 ways. So you got power tilt, all that good stuff. Your heated seat switches right here, and you do have a power lumbar as well. And then here's your backrest control. Tilt wheel. Twilight Sentinel. That is GM speak from the 80s of basically pure automatic headlamps. You got a cassette in dash, automatic climate control that works great. Grand Touring suspension it says on here. We're going to check that out. But it is immaculate. I mean, it smells fresh. And fires right up with a quick crank. 37,249 miles. See that torque? It's so cool. Well, out on the road, Buick Roadmaster estate wagon on a bright day in Chicago. Here's the rough road coming. I wish I could personify how bad this road really is, because this video is doing nothing for it. It's pretty brutal. There's semis that go up and down this street all day long, and there's a certain section they haven't repaved in a long time. We border an airport here. So, I mean, you can hear it, you really can't feel it. You really can't hear anything. I mean, listen how solid it is. No squeaks, no rattles. You just expect with time some of that stuff's going to develop, but there's none of that here. But again, it speaks volumes of the condition. I know I probably sound like a broken record, but it is that nice. Track's arrow straight. Seats are super comfortable. The vantage point's really nice. You do sit high in this car, so the visibility is great. You can actually see over the hood right to the collector's edition hood ornament, which I can see clear as day right in front of me. We're getting on some smoother roads here, but it's I'm going about 45 miles an hour. Here come the railroad tracks. This will be total drama. Or not. But there's no lights on, you know, there's no issues mechanically. Structurally, the car's never been compromised. 37,000 miles on a 96. This is the kind of car you almost feel guilty when you're actually driving it. And if it was raining out right now, I probably wouldn't even consider taking it out. That's why I just don't want to spoil this for the next owner. But whoever you are, I do want to show you how nice it truly is before you take it. Keep in mind, like I said before, we are on the tires that came with. There are new tires on order, but these tires are perfectly quiet. They're just a little old, that's all. Take a right turn here. Show you it does turn right. And then the LT1. That's so awesome. You'd never expect that in this car. Never. I gotta slow down here because I'm going 2 miles over. Well, I'm doing about 55 miles an hour, going through a really nice area, good scenic area here, and great place for cruising this because it looks great out here, I'm sure. Just for note, this car is equipped with a couple of kind of special options. It does have auto load leveling suspension, which actually when I crawled out of the back when we were filming a little earlier, you could actually hear the air suspension level back off because I'm got a couple extra pounds on me these days. So healthy. It's that shift. It's so funny. Look at how nice the alignment, I mean, here, dead on to a stop. Just a nice car. That mid-range torque is just great in this engine. Just so flexible. It's one of the reasons this engine was as popular as it was. Yeah, anybody who's a GM fan would definitely know the LT1 is a pretty mighty motor. So I was talking to the owner at Midwest Auto Collection today, and we were going back and forth. He just bought a beautiful Fleetwood, and the Fleetwood is actually very similar to this car, Cadillac Fleetwood. He basically said, he goes, you know, if we had to go to California right now, and you had to jump in either the Roadmaster or the Fleetwood, which one would you take? And the consensus was the Roadmaster. Look how much room you have in here. You really could comfortably put 7 people in this car, and you wouldn't really feel it. You know, these days, a lot of cars are actually made just to pack 7 people in, and then they don't even have an engine that can get past that. But this car, you could drive through the mountains fully loaded. It's powerful enough, it's smooth enough. You'd be shocked, the fuel economy is really not that bad in this car considering the size and the 8-cylinder displacement. But GM really knows their small block V8s, and that's why this one's in there. And when you want it, you got it. never get enough of that. Look at that thing handle. Well, thanks for coming for a ride with me. I mean, this was a blast driving this, and I'm gonna go put it back and make sure it's put away for the evening. But this is remarkable. You know, they had one about 2 months ago that was a twin to this, in almost identical in equipment. Actually, it might have been identical in equipment, color combination, everything. And that one had 60 on it. And I was thinking, when I saw that one, I'm like, there's no possible way you're going to find another one in this kind of condition. And then this 37,000 mile one popped up. But this is the right one. If you're in the market, I cannot imagine there's going to be a nicer Roadmaster wagon out there, because aside from the very, very minor imperfections on the car, it is all original. So check this car out on the website. You're going to find it at MidwestAutoCollection.com. A whole ton of pictures and a little bit more information, as well as the breakdown of the RPO codes. Again, GM speak. If you know what an RPO code is, you can take a look at it and see how the car was equipped. But I thoroughly have enjoyed driving this. It's really a truly remarkable version of this car. And literally since 1996, nobody has built a full-size station wagon with a third row. So if you wanted one of these, this is about as new of them as you're going to get. So with 37,000 miles all original, this is the right one. So thanks for coming for a spin. I'll see you again next time.